kids, there's something in the Magic Mailbox. Do you want to see what it is? Patrick Picklebottom and the Penny Book. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go to the store, I don't see anything I can buy for 1 penny. But this little boy gets super lucky. He goes to a store and with 1 single penny, he buys something really cool. So join me and we'll find out what Patrick Picklebottom buys with his single penny.
Patrick Picklebottom and the Penny Book. Young Patrick Picklebottom, who was always so poor, had only a penny when he entered the store. He walked past the candy, some toys, and a ball to the one thing he wished he could buy most of all. Unable to purchase and resigned just to look, he longingly gazed at a dusty old book.
Would you like to buy this?
Asked an elderly man. I'd like to, said Patrick, but I don't think I can. I've only 1 penny and not 1 penny more. Then he hung his head low and turned toward the door.
As it happens,
replied the kind-hearted gent,
this book only costs a single red cent.
Thank you so much, Patrick said to the man. Then, clutching his book, he turned round and ran, anxious for home to bask in the glory of his amazing new book and its incredible story. He had made it 3 blocks when he saw his friend Tom on the steps of his porch, staring down at his palm. In his hands was a smartphone, and he was swiping away, but stopped for a moment to look up and say, Hey, Patrick, come here. I've got this new app. It shows me new pictures each time that I tap. Pictures of what? And why would I care? But Tom just looked up with a frustrated glare. They're shots from all over. There's always a bunch. Here, look, some girl posted a pic of her lunch. How else will you know what the world is about? Patrick looked at his book. I guess I'll find out. He continued towards home through a park round a tree when he heard a voice call, Hey, Patrick, come see. And he saw his friend Donna staring up at the sky, but it took him a moment to understand why. Up in the air, in the clouds, all alone, floating above them, was a stealthy white drone. It veered to the left, then swung toward the sun. As Donna exclaimed, See? Isn't this fun? Looking confused, Patrick wondered aloud. I guess it'd be neat to be up in a cloud, but you're on the ground and you're standing real still. So I'm sorry, but I guess I just don't see the thrill. Donna looked stunned, then she said with a sigh, The thrill is controlling machines that can fly. How else can we capture the excitement of flight? Patrick looked at his book and he clutched it real tight. Leaving the park and back on the run, he was close to his home as the sky lost the sun. He was at his front door with his hand on the knob when he suddenly heard his neighbor friend, Bob. Patrick, you're home. Come have a look. I've a new video game, so put down that old book. It's called Monsters Clash for my Game Station 5, and I've waited 2 weeks for this game to arrive. We capture these beasts who've escaped from their collars. "But that game," Pat exclaimed, "cost $300. Bob just replied, "How else can you battle monsters all day?" But Pat clutched his book and said, "I might have a way." Up in his room, tucked into his bed with a single small lamp aglow near his head, he read through his book every page without fail, each chapter a story, its own separate tale.
Wow. Shiver my timbers.
He read about kingdoms and lands far and wide, where heroes and monsters and dragons collide. He read about rockets blasting out past the moon, and as his eyes closed, he knew that real soon he'd dream of adventures, and of course there'd be many, from a book that he'd bought for a single red penny. In this story, Patrick Picklebottom had one single penny, so I thought we could learn about coins. This is a penny like Patrick had. It is worth 1 cent, and it has President Abraham Lincoln's face on it. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. This is a nickel. It is worth 5 cents. It has President Thomas Jefferson's face on it. Thomas Jefferson was the 3rd president. This is a dime. It is worth 10 cents. It has President Franklin D. Roosevelt's face on it. President Roosevelt was the 32nd president. This is a quarter. It is worth 25 cents. It has President George Washington's face on it. George Washington was the first president of the United States. This is a $50. It is worth 50 cents. It has President John F. Kennedy's face on it. President Kennedy was the 35th president. This is a silver dollar. It is worth 100 cents. But this is not a president on it. This is Susan B. Anthony. She was a famous women's rights advocate. There are lots of different silver dollars in circulation, but this one's pretty cool.
Thank you for joining me today to read Patrick Picklebottom and the Penny Book. Wasn't that a great story? And all for a penny. If you're watching it on Gigi's, it's free. So you got even a better deal than Patrick. Well, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.